Why hello, I'm Noel. How are you doing? I'm doing super fantastic. Today we're going to be testing the A gear which came along with this Zest Achilles custom set. And some of you might be wondering, is the A gear better than the F gear? Well, I'm going to share my opinions regarding that question, but first let's start by comparing these two gears. So basically, the A gear has two modes. They are 3 blades mode and 6 blades mode. So the 3 blades mode, it's kind of like an attack type mode, and if you rotate the A gear, it will have 6 blades. This is closer to a defense type mode. Having two modes with one additional gear is something really cool, I think, which we didn't have with the F gear. Another huge difference regarding these two gears is that the A gear can only be applied to Divine Blade. Sadly, it cannot be used to Dynamite, Devil, and even Dangerous Blade. So if you're thinking whether you should use the F gear or the A gear to Dynamite, Devil, Dangerous, well, the answer is, of course, F gear, because you basically have no choice. But if you have Divine Blade, which one should you choose? So let's look closer at these two gears. Basically, they both have 3 big blades. As for the F gear, it has 3 rubber blades, and the A gear is a bit wider, as you can see. The pointy ends of the A gear are sticking out. But surprisingly, the F gear is heavier than the A gear. So the F gear is around 6.1, no, I would say 6 grams. And the A gear is around 4.3. So the rubber blades on the F gear do add some extra weight. And also, if you flip the A gear, you will see there's a void between these blades. So it's wider, but it's lighter. So if you're looking for a solid combo with more weight, I think sticking to the F gear is a safe option. And another thing regarding the A gear is that if you apply the A gear to Divine Blade, you'll see a void between the Divine Blade and the A gear. This is the same even if you're using it in 3 blades mode and 6 blades mode. As for the F gear, if you apply it to Divine Blade, you'll see that the F gear matches the Divine Blade perfectly. There's no empty space, no void, therefore keeping Divine Belial more stable. And I've used these two gears in battles several times, and it feels that the base spins longer if you're using the F gear compared to the A gear. So does this mean that you should be using the F gear? Well, my opinion is that using the A gear is a pretty interesting option, and I think I'll be using the A gear with Divine Blade. And one of the main reasons for that is because I'm a huge fan of the D gear, which came along with Gatling Dragon. I think that it's easier to feel the D gear's bound gimmick if you're using it with the A gear, because there's less friction, therefore providing the D gear with smooth rotation. And actually, I also like the fact that the A gear cannot be used to Dynamite, Devil, and Dangerous, because every time Beyblade evolved throughout the seasons, we've had new parts. Sometimes they weren't compatible. But the DB and BU were pretty close, and it was actually pretty hard to distinguish DB from BU, and vice versa. So it would have been nice to be able to use the A gear to the previous Belial blades, but the fact that this is only BU exclusive, and since Divine Belial is the first BU Beyblade, I think this makes the A gear feel kind of special and unique only to BU, and this is actually what I was kind of looking for. And finally, as for the 3 blades mode and 6 blades mode, honestly, it's hard to tell the difference. I mean, if you look at the S gear, it was pretty easy to tell the difference between attack mode and defense mode, because in defense mode, the S gear was spinning separately from the Nexus disc. Therefore, when it hit the stadium, there was less friction, and also the sound was different. As for the A gear, it's hard to distinguish the two modes when the Beyblade is spinning, although it does feel like the Divine Blade provides the opposing Bey with harder impact when you're using it in 3 blades mode, but I'm not so sure about that. So let's find out. Moving on to the test battles. And also, feel free to comment your opinion regarding the A gear or even the F gear or the upcoming additional gears for Belial. Okay, are you ready? Let's go! 3, 2, 1, go shoot!